Here's a question almost nobody asks before they book a junk removal job. And it's the one that decides what you actually pay. How big is the truck? I am Chris, and my wife Shawna and I own Ohio Junk Force. We started it in 2010. We've run over 20,000 jobs across Ohio, and we brought our crews to Columbus this year. So let me get this out of the way. I own one of the two junk removal companies that I'm about to compare. I'm not neutral. What I'm going to do is show you my math, and I'm going to tell you where the other guy beats us. Here's the problem with how this whole industry sells. Everybody quotes by the truckload. Quarter truck, half truck, full truck, we do it too, because it's the easiest thing to explain on a phone call. But a truckload only means something if you know how big is the truck. And almost nobody tells you. So two companies quote you what sounds like the same job, the numbers look close, you pick the lower one, and you never find out that one truck holds a lot more than the other. If the smaller truck fills up before your basement is empty, you're not done. You're paying for a second trip. Or you're standing there watching half of your stuff stay right where it is. Here are the two trucks in Columbus. Ours holds 405 cubic feet. The 1-800-GOT-JUNK truck holds 380. Ours is about 6.5% bigger. Now put the price against the space. Divide each company's full truck price by the room you actually get, and our cost per cubic foot in Columbus comes out to 14% below theirs. I'm not going to put both companies' dollar figures on screen because prices move, and I don't want a stale number sitting in this video misleading anybody a year from now. So here's the method instead, and you can run it yourself. Ask each company how many cubic feet their truck holds. Ask what a full truck costs, divide. That's the only comparison that means anything. And if a company will not let you know their truck's capacity, that's worth noting on its own. So why is there a gap at all? It's not because anybody is greedy, it is structural, and it's in the public filing. Franchisors are required by federal law to publish something called a franchise disclosure document, FDD. It spells out exactly what a franchise owes the parent company. Per that document, every 1-800-GOT-JUNK franchisee pays the franchisor an 8% royalty fee, plus an 8% sales, marketing, and technology fee, plus up to 5% more for a branding cooperative. Add it up, 16 to 21% of every dollar leaves the local business before anybody has paid a crew member, fueled a truck, or covered a dump fee. And the brand is owned by O2E Brands, headquartered in Vancouver, British Columbia. So that money doesn't just leave Columbus, doesn't just leave Ohio, it leaves the United States. Those fees buy real things: national brand recognition, a booking system that works, training programs, marketing at a scale that no independent can match. Some customers value that, and they are not wrong to. We do not pay any of it. We are not a franchise. No royalty, no marketing levy, no parent company. That's not me being virtuous, it's just a different cost structure, and it's most of why our number lands where it lands, 14% below what they have. Here's the other real difference, and this one you'll actually feel. With us, the price is already on our website. You can run our price estimators yourself and have a real number in about a minute without talking to anyone. Now, I want to be precise about that number. It is an estimate. It's an honest one, based on what you described to us. But nobody has seen the items yet. The firm quote comes when our crew is standing in front of your actual stuff and can confirm it or adjust it. And if the job turns out to be bigger than either of us thought, we tell you what the new number is before we touch anything. You decide. Call the franchise and you'll usually get a range. A real number, they will tell you, requires seeing it in person. So the crew comes out and they price the job in your driveway. Think about when that happens. You took the morning off work. You got ready for them to show up. You planned your entire day around a 2-hour arrival window. You're committed, practically, logistically, emotionally. And that is the moment when you find out what it costs. At that point, you've got one option that feels real, which is to say yes. And one that feels absurd, which is to send everybody home and start the whole thing over tomorrow. Most people say yes. This is not weakness. That is exactly what the sequence is built to produce. Our price estimators exist because I don't want to run that play on anybody. Every job we run is also backed by our amazing service guarantee. We promise we'll be friendly, professional, dependable, or it's free. Not a partial refund, not a credit towards your next time, not a coupon. If our crew is not all three of those things on your job, you don't pay for it. A guarantee that costs nothing to break it is not a guarantee, it's a slogan. This one costs us the whole job, which is exactly why we're careful about who we put in your driveway. Now let me tell you where they beat us. They run later than we do. Their Columbus operation takes pickups into the evening, 6 days a week, until 8 at night. We do not. If the only window that you have is after hours on a Tuesday, that is a real advantage, and it's theirs, not ours. Neither of us run Sundays, so that is a wash. But on weeknights, they can serve you and we cannot. They have been in Columbus longer than we have. We got here in 2026. They were here for decades before us. Longer local track record, longer review history. If you want a company with the deepest history specifically in Franklin County today, that's not us. It will be, but just not yet. And the brand name is worth something. Everybody in Columbus knows the phone number. Nobody has to explain who they are. There is genuine comfort in hiring a name that you have heard your whole life, and I'm not going to pretend that it's irrational. They are a well-run operation. Trained crews, polished booking, a lot of satisfied customers. That is what you should expect from a company that has done this for as long as they have. So here's my honest recommendation, and I'm not going to end this with you decide. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK if you need an evening pickup. Call them if you want a familiar brand that you've heard your whole life, or if you want somebody that's been operating for a long time in Columbus. Those are real, and today they favor them. Hey, call us if you want to know the price before a truck is in your driveway, or if you want the most space for your money, or if you want to talk to somebody in Ohio when you call and not a call center in another country. Or if you want a guarantee written plainly enough that you could actually hold us to it. There is no third answer. Those are the two lanes, and I've been as honest with you about where they win as I know how to be. You can price your own job right now at ohiojunkforce.com. About a minute's all it takes, and you'll get a real estimate, no sales call. Or call us or text us. You'll either reach Shawna, myself, or one of our CSRs, and we'll get to know you, and we'll know your story, and we'll know what you need. We'd love to help. I'm going to answer your frequently asked questions now.
Does Ohio Junk Force handle the same kind of jobs that 1-800-GOT-JUNK does?
Yes, Ohio Junk Force and 1-800-GOT-JUNK does very similar work. We both take away furniture, appliances, desks, sheds. We both take out hot tubs, pools, decks, fences. So we do the same light demolition. You may find that Ohio Junk Force will do some of the more unusual stuff that maybe 1-800-GOT-JUNK doesn't do, but you can always call us both and find out.
Do you service my part of Columbus?
Well, if your part of Columbus is in Franklin County, we most definitely service you. If where you live is close to Franklin County, why don't you give us a call and we'll let you know if we'll come out to there.
What does your amazing service guarantee actually cover?
Our amazing service guarantee is like nobody else. We promise we'll be friendly, professional, and dependable, or it's free. Free. Not a voucher, not money off your next job, but free. We've been doing this for a long time now. We've done over 20,000 jobs. We know that we can do a great job, and if we don't do a great job, we don't want a penny from you. We want satisfied customers. We want to make sure that you have no risk in this situation. We don't collect payment till we're done and you're satisfied.
Why does truck size matter so much?
Truck size matters because when you call junk companies on the phone, you ask them how much is a full truck, because junk companies sell on volume, the amount of space your stuff takes up in our truck. So if somebody says, I have a full truck for X, and another company says, I have a full truck for Y, well, the biggest question you have to ask is, how big is your truck? So truck size does matter. Somebody with a smaller truck and a smaller price may actually be more expensive than somebody with a larger truck and a larger price.
Will you try to donate my usable items?
Yes, matter of fact, before we even came to Columbus, our first meeting was with the Furniture Bank of Central Ohio. We want to be a blessing to people in need in the Columbus area. So anything that we find that we're able to donate, we are going to take it to the Furniture Bank of Central Ohio.
How soon can you get here?
We can usually get to a house same day or next. That's what we tell people when they call. So if you call us this morning, we could most likely be at your place today or tomorrow. So give us a call and we'll let you know.
Will you give me a firm quote over the phone?
The answer is sometimes. We do our very best when we're talking to you to give you the best estimate that we can without seeing the stuff. Remember, we're just operating on what you tell us. But we're really good at this. We've been doing it a long time. We know what the average size dresser is, for example. So most of the time when you ask us, we give you our most honest estimate on the phone, or using our online price estimator, you can do it yourself. You'll find that those estimates are usually very accurate. We firm up that estimate as soon as we get to your house. We look at the stuff and we say the estimate is good or bad or needs adjusting, but we tell you that beforehand. But for the most part, we do not give firm quotes over the phone, but we give very good estimates over the phone.
Is Ohio Junk Force actually cheaper than 1-800-GOT-JUNK in Columbus?
Yes, Ohio Junk Force is cheaper than 1-800-GOT-JUNK in Columbus for two reasons. One, our trucks are bigger. Therefore, we can take like 6.5% more stuff per truckload. Second reason, our full truck price is less than theirs. You put those two things together and our prices are 14% below 1-800-GOT-JUNK in Columbus.
Why is 1-800-GOT-JUNK more expensive?
1-800-GOT-JUNK is more expensive than Ohio Junk Force because it's a franchise. According to the franchise disclosure document, which is public knowledge, 1-800-GOT-JUNK pays between 16 and 21% back to the corporate headquarters just to be a franchisee. So that money leaves Ohio, that money leaves the United States, and that money goes to another country. So that is why 1-800-GOT-JUNK is more expensive than Ohio Junk Force.